The following review may contain spoilers. The anime has some extremely stylish animation and it works here. I feel like the statement, "this movie is like something you've never seen before," never rings quite true, but in the case of this movie, it really genuinely feels like something totally different and new. The movie involves a battle between a firefighting group called Burning Rescue, some of which shoot ice that works as handcuff-like restraints, versus a group of characters that shoot flames called the Mad Burnish. The flames have a pastel color palette, which is everything you need to know about the extremity of the style in this movie. At one point in the film, giant pastel squares appear on screen, and it actually took me a second to realize they were lens flares. Lens flares in an animated film alone is a stylistic choice, but to have them be giant pastel squares is just taking it to another level. This film is clearly going for the everything but the kitchen sink approach. The film often cuts to various different animation styles, from a crude animation style in the film's prologue to CG heavy backgrounds later on in the film. There are some good elements in the writing, as there is some complexity to the characters. The characters are not black and white caricatures of good and evil. The main villain, a bureaucrat named Cray Foresight, wants to kill all of the Mad Burnish, but his reason is to save humanity. The Burnish are used as a power source for a Noah's Ark-like ship that will carry 10,000 humans to another planet. The Burnish are initially introduced as the villains, as I mentioned, but later we see they are a group that are discriminated against in society. Some even want to just live normal, quiet lives, like a pizza chef who gets arrested and forced to become one of the power sources for the space ark. The way the pizza chef carries himself is key to his character. He just seems like a guy that wants to hide in the shadows and be left alone making pizza. The extreme color palette, the mech suits, the mix of animations, and some cool fight scenes lead to a genuine feeling of exhilaration, but the style does wear you out. Everything I mentioned in the good section can also be mentioned here in the bad section, as it just gets tiresome about 3/4 into the movie. Not to mention tons of exposition about the world ending, loud music, in-your-face on-screen titles. I did start to feel slightly restless, but not to the point where I completely tuned out. My final rating for Promare is 3 stars. As of the making of this video, the Rotten Tomatoes percentage for Promare is 96%. This is just a little surprising, as I thought there would be some critics that would be put off by the film's extreme style. But I think this rating is a little too high for this film, as 96% would be considered a must-see or all-time classic. Promare may wear you out towards the end, but the movie for the most part is fun and exhilarating and worth checking out.